Christ. And this is the newest dance we have learned. It's called Behold the Lamb. And it just speaks a song of salvation and really a testimony to what God has done in many of our lives, in every single one of our lives. And we're going to have a couple of our members just give a little bit of their testimony. And they play a special part in this dance. Just being able to express really what God has done for them. And so I'm going to pass the microphone to them and let them give a little bit of their story to you guys. Okay.
How you guys doing? My name is Jonathan. Funny thing about this is I was supposed to give my testimony earlier, but I didn't do it. So he asked me, and I was ready. People have horrible backgrounds, go through so much crap. I mean, we all go through it. That's what happens when you don't have God. And I was without God for a long time. I just recently got saved in May. And I like before, man, I just hated everything. I hated the world, I hated people, I hated everything. I've always didn't care for anyone, didn't care about anything. And it dug a hole. I dug a hole for myself because I was always insecure and just always alone. And always worried about things I shouldn't be worrying about instead of, taking care of my family, which was a need, and being there for my family. We've been through so much, me and my sisters, and it's been rough. And right now I regret it, but now I gotta work forward, and I can fix that still. It's never too late for that. It's never too late for anything. We can always fix the unbroken. Fix the broken. But I don't even know. It's just, God has brought me out of the biggest hole I've ever been in. I got arrested in April, running from the cops on a bike. I was on Memorial. I was doing 150 plus easily. Some of you know, some of you don't know. I almost died 3 times in less than 30 seconds. Hit a railroad track, popped up, bike flew up in the air, and I don't know how, landed back down safely without me doing anything. Got to a stop sign, there was a car at the stop sign, I went around it. Right as I went by, a truck came behind me, almost hit me. When they finally almost got to me, a cop pulled out and almost hit me. And at this time I was going about 90, I hit dirt, and I was supposed to wreck, but I don't know how. My bike landed upside down, not upside down, like upside up, right side up, there you go. And don't know how, I'm going 90, 80, and I hit dirt, and usually you're supposed to flip and roll and do all this kind of stuff. And there was a house about 10 feet away. So don't know how, but I landed right side up, and I just stopped, and I was still, and I'm looking around. I'm like, how did I not die? It was crazy to me because the cop almost hit me, and right side up, going 90 miles an hour, and I didn't fall, I didn't do anything, and the only thing I did was just tipped over, and I got up the cop there, and he just told me, he's like, I was behind you the whole time, and died several times, and you were just lucky. At that time, I didn't know what it meant. I didn't know what he meant by that. I was like, oh, lucky, everybody gets lucky once in a while, but God was holding me, God was watching me, and I didn't know that at that time. Soon enough, 2 weeks later, my cousin's here, just to come watch me practice, and something hit me that day. Next day, get saved. Get saved. And like we've been talking about all day, the chains were broken off. The blood of Christ tore them off. We don't have to live like that. We can be free. Free indeed, as you read in Psalms. We can be free. We have a new life. And it's so much better. I'm going to tell you, it's so much better than the past life. And that's it. All glory to God.
The Lord brought me out of a life of homosexuality. And I just like to say that you're not born that way. No matter what the enemy has told you, you're not born that way. It's a lie. And I was searching for love in all the wrong places. That's basically what I was doing. And I was so depressed. I suffered from depression so bad that I would be driving down the road many times and I would pass by a telephone pole and I would just think about what it would be like to just drive my car into a telephone pole. I hated life. And the Lord really got my attention whenever the court system took my son away. Because I was living with a woman at the time, and my son's father, the Lord worked it all out for good, because he went and he tried to get full custody of my son because he didn't want my son living in that situation. And now I thank him for doing that. When they took my son away that day, I was completely broken in half, and I asked God, why are you doing this to me? But that's really what changed my life around. That was my breaking point. I had hit rock bottom when I lost my son. And someone just invited me to church, and I answered the altar call, and the guy who's preaching said, you know, everyone needs love, even the homosexuals need love. And someone just showed me love and hugged me and started praying for me. And that's when I just totally gave my life to Christ. Amen. So, and that's what completely satisfied me. That's when I finally found love in the right place. So, whenever you hear in the song that new life can begin, new life really can begin in Jesus Christ. Amen. And He pointed me in the right direction, so I hope you guys are blessed. Amen.
God took me out of a life of depression, and that's something of depression and insecurities, and I never felt loved. I didn't feel love from anyone. I had my mom there, and I didn't feel love from her. I didn't feel love from my dad, and I looked for love in any place that I can find it. I got so depressed to the point that I started cutting myself. I felt like if I can focus on a pain, on a physical pain, that I wouldn't have to focus on my mental pain, on the pain that I was feeling inside. Because I felt so hurt. I hated everyone, I hated myself, and I hated God. And I went to a youth camp one time, and it just really touched me. And I started changing for the better, but I still was missing something. I still didn't have that love. I still didn't grasp the concept of how God loves us so much, and how He died for us because He loves us so much. I didn't grasp that yet until recently, and like now, I don't care what anyone says. I don't have insecurity issues. I'm not depressed. You know, like God He filled me with love.